Hi. So I just wanted to do a short video kind of explaining how our new Vindicator build will work. I'm not going to talk too much about the actual gear because I'll put that down in the build in the description, and you can also find it on the Discord. So I wanted to start talking with the traits. So the traits that we're taking obviously is Vindicator, but we're also taking Invocation and Salvation. Now, with Invocation, we're taking Glaring Resolve. This will just give us a little bit more self-sustain, give us some stability if we break out of a stun, um, and some healing. So we're taking Spirit Boon, which will give us some more boons. More boons for the party is always better. Whenever you Legend Swap, this will give either Vigor or Regeneration. It'll help you maintain your Regeneration uptime and help maintain your Vigor uptime on yourself. And Vigor is extremely important to this build. But the main reason we're taking Invocation is we're taking it for Charge Miss. And so what this will mean is that if we swap our legends below 10% energy, this will give us a bonus to the energy we start with in the next legend. So if we come over here, get in combat, get here, we get in combat, we start with 75. And the point of that will help us to use more skills. It'll help us use more natural harmony to heal more, use more purifying essence to cleanse more. We can use other skills such as energy expulsion. This will heal allies and give AoE resistance and cleanse conditions. And it'll also help us use more of our alliance skills as well. Speaking of cleansing, cleansing is an extremely important part of this build. Now, you won't be able to cleanse on this build nearly as much as a scrapper will be able to, but cleansing is still a very important part of the build. As I'll show you when we get down the salvation line, it's very integral to regenerating energy or your endurance, and the more you can dodge, the more you can heal. So the first trait will give us a cleansing on every time we dodge. Pretty good. Uh, just helps us cleanse more. Every time we cleanse, we'll actually convert that condition into protection. And the main reason for salvation, besides the healing modifiers, is this trait. Now, the way that this trait will work is that whenever you cleanse a condition on an ally, it'll give them endurance back per condition that you cleanse. This also works on yourself as well. So every condition that you cleanse on yourself will also give you back endurance. So, as I said, the more that we can regenerate our endurance, the more we can dodge. And the more we dodge, the more we sustain our allies. Obviously, with Vindicator, we are taking Saint Shield. This will give us more healing. This will be able to give us the ability to heal on our dodge. We take Song of Volborium. This will improve our vigor and also give yourself and our allies vigor. And this just gives us more regeneration to apply to allies. So as far as skill priority goes, our number one priority is always going to be our dodge. When we dodge, we heal. We not only heal our allies, but we also get barrier. On top of that, we also get a buff. This buff will give us an increase of 20% healing to all of our sources of healing. Regeneration, our urn, selfless, natural harmony, our staff skills, everything. Everything will do more healing while this buff is active. Beyond that, our number two priority is going to be everything in this build that can regenerate our endurance, which is Tree Song and every single cleanse that you can do. Tree Song especially is especially powerful because not only does it regenerate our endurance per ally we hit, but it also regenerates our personal endurance for every condition that we cleanse on both ourself and allies. So This skill can cleanse up to 25 conditions in total, 5 on yourself plus 5 on 4 other allies. This will give us a total of around 60 endurance if we can cleanse 25 conditions with this skill. On top of that, we also have our F2. This will give us an immediate half of our endurance bar back. So we can do things like we can dodge, use this to get it back, and then use Tree Song to allow us to almost immediately dodge again. On top of that, we can also weapon swap to gain 50% of our endurance back because of our energy sigils. Using that again with Tree Song, we can get almost a full bar of endurance back in a very, very short time. Beyond that, we want to prioritize our raw healing skills. One of our strongest sources of healing outside of our dodge is actually our Urn of St. Victor. The only issue with this is that you have to be very careful because this will self-damage, and while it's active, you cannot heal yourself. But it's worth using it intermittently because it can pulse upwards of 2k healing per second on all of your allies. On top of that, when you drop it, it will also give you an additional heal with bonus healing depending on how low your health is. It's also worth mentioning that with the rework to Ventari, when we swap into Ventari, our first skill is going to be empowered. You can see that by this skill, this buff right here. What that means is that when we first swap into Ventari, one of the the first time you use any of these skills will have an extra effect. So most importantly, Natural Harmony will actually give us back 15 endurance when we use it and immediately after swapping into Ventari. And this will help us with our dodge regeneration and therefore our group sustain. Once again, we also have more condition cleanse on our skills here too. This will remove 3 conditions per ally as well, and that plays back into our Invigorating Dismissal, which will help us dodge more and heal more. On top of that, we also have our Energy Expulsion, which will also remove conditions from nearby allies and give them resistance and heal them. Typical rotation that we could see, we would look more something like this. Get in combat, we dodge, weapon swap, Tree Song. This gives us back most of our dodge. It'll give us more, and then we dodge again, F2, Tree Song again. Most of our dodge is back. We can already dodge again. And then we can sustain with our skills, swap into that. Natural Harmony, there, gives us back our 15%. We can dodge again, weapon swap, dodge again, F2, Tree Song, dodge, weapon swap, Tree Song, dodge again. And that's pretty much how you want to prioritize your healing rotation. Now, to do even more than that, we also want to, as you notice there, we have quite a lot of gaps in where we're doing our main rotation of dodging and healing and giving barrier. We can use skills such as our Urn of St. Victor. This will give us our pulsing 1 to 2k heal on every ally. We can use Selfless Spirit. This will give a very strong burst heal to all of our allies. We can use our Staff 4, which will remove 2 conditions from all of our allies. We can use Mender's Rebuke. This is another healing, and this actually gets a bonus 50% healing if we hit an enemy with it. And of course, in our Centaur stance, we can use stuff like our Bubble. This is a very strong projectile block. We can be repositioning the tablet. And of course, we can always auto attack because our auto attack itself, our third attack in the auto attack chain, is an AoE heal. And that's pretty much everything for the build. It's worth noting that this build has very, very strong resistance uptime. As you can see here with Minstrel's gear on, we have 5 seconds of resistance. And this is AoE resistance. It's not just to you, it's resistance to all of your allies. And you can see here, it's a very, very short cooldown with very low energy, a relatively low energy cost. So we can use this a lot and keep resistance on our allies almost indefinitely. And of course, we also have this skill, which is a team-wide stun break. Now, it'll stun break not just you, but it'll also stun break 4 of your allies as well. And that's pretty much the whole build. That's pretty much everything that goes into Heal Vindicator. That is your list of priorities that you want to be using. You want to prioritize your dodge. You want to prioritize beyond that anything that regenerates your endurance, which is your weapon swap, your F2, and your tree song. And then beyond that, we want to keep cleansing as much as we can, because every time you cleanse, that'll also give you endurance. And between all of that, you have a lot more energy to work with. You can weave in your other skills, your energy expulsion, your staff skills, your alliance skills, and provide a extreme plethora of support capabilities. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps.